Hey guys, welcome back to a new vlog. I am starting this a day late. Today is Wednesday, June, what's the date? June 19th. Usually I start vlogs on Tuesdays, but yesterday I was out and about doing other things. I had a doctor's appointment and had to take some friends to the train station. So I ended up just canceling the babysitter and only working a little bit during Penelope's nap in the afternoon. So we are starting the vlog on Wednesday. And yeah, I'm kind of starting this week off with correspondence, spending a little while on the computer, replying to some folks, replying to clients and some inquiries as well. I've had several licensing inquiries over the past week. So just replying to those sorts of things, trying to get that all squared away. And also doing a little bit of editing. Yeah, I'm editing some images for my Then and Now series, just removing the background, doing that sort of thing. And then creating the actual side-by-sides for the Then and Now posts. I think these will have already all been shared by the time you guys see this video. So it'll be old news by then, but right now I'm getting ready to share them. So it's new news. And yeah, then also just kind of cleaning up my studio. It's a bit of a mess in here. I've just been kind of throwing things in over the weekend, and yeah, so I had some cleaning up and tidying up to do, and then getting my new camera ready to use. So I am planning this week on filming at least one, hopefully two new Skillshare classes. These are both kind of foundational classes as well. There's going to be one that's just on values, so seeing light and dark and creating form. And then there'll be another one on transfer methods, so ways to get your sketch to your final substrate, whether it's a nice piece of art paper or canvas or wood or the wall, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to talk about different approaches for transferring your sketch to your final piece of art material that you're going to work on. And to do that, I finally want to break out my new camera. This is the Nikon D5300. I've been using the Nikon D3300 for a few years now. And I'm just switching over the lens, the prime lens that I have, which is what is this lens? AFS Nikkor 35 millimeter, 1.8 f. Well, this says 1.8 G. Anyway, I will put it in the description, but it's the lens that I have used for the past couple of years to film all of my, all of the videos that were filmed with the Nikon were filmed with this lens. So this was not the one that came with the camera, so I'm just switching it over to the new body, the 5300 body, which is really nice that I'm able to do that because this lens was, I think it was right around $200. So buying the new camera, but still being able to reuse the existing lens is definitely a plus. Yeah, and then I'm just kind of exploring the camera, getting it set up a little bit, trying to make sure I feel comfortable with using it. For my scheduling, for my planning this week, I just had like as my main item today that I wanted to get set up. So have the camera set up, have it put on the tripod, have the filming arrangement ready to go. So yeah, I think that is, if I can get all of that done today, then I'll be able to film tomorrow and I won't have to, yeah, feel stressed about I feel like in the past I'm always just when I write in on my calendar that I'm going to do filming that day, I don't include any time for setup. So since I was going to be using a new camera and not one that I wasn't familiar with, I wanted to be sure to set aside some time to actually get familiar with it. So yeah, I think now I'm going to go ahead and actually get things set up so you can see I still have my normal arrangement right now. I'm sitting here talking with you facing the window, which is what I typically do. And I think I'm going to twist my desk around a little bit so the window's behind me and then set up my ring light kind of over there-ish and then have the camera, well, yeah, the camera will be right in front of the ring light. So that's a similar setup to what I did with the last time I filmed a Skillshare class, and I really liked it. I do want to be able to have some of this stuff in the background. It won't be visible, it'll all be kind of blurred out since I'll have the aperture pretty wide open. But it's nice to at least have some little bits of color back there so I don't look like I'm just filming in a hospital room or something. So yeah, I'm gonna move some things around, try to get the setup right. I'll do some mic tests. And I guess if I happen to finish way ahead and I have the time, I think probably what I would do is start filming some of the B-roll stuff. So both of these videos will have a good amount of talking head footage, or both of these classes rather will have a good amount of talking head footage, but they'll both have some B-roll as well, kind of showing what I'm doing. So maybe I would work on some of that today. So gonna get started on that. Just wrapping up here. I'm about to head downstairs. It's 11:55, so I have to relieve the babysitter, but I wanted to show you guys what I have for my setup. I have the camera, my new DSLR right here, and then the ring light right here, and then desk and chair right there. I have that towel on my chair because it's vinyl and it's summer, and sitting on that is not uncomfortable. No, it is uncomfortable. It is not comfortable. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to show what we came up with. So ultimately, I think I'm going to have to still spend some time tweaking before I start to film tomorrow, because I'm going to need to make sure I get the light settings right, and the lighting will be different tomorrow. But this is where we're at for now. So I'm going to head downstairs and have lunch with Penelope.
I called him.
You called him by yourself. Whoops.
Oh, whoops.
Hey, Dad.
Hey there.
She called you by herself.
How did she do that?
She had the phone and she just was saying, call Papa, call Papa. And then all of a sudden it said calling Jeffrey. And I don't know if you heard her, but when you picked up, she goes, oh, oh.
I do that song.
What song?
Where was my face?
There's your face.
Ah!
What was that?
She just sees her face in the camera.
My face right there.
Yes, it is.
Look.
Good morning, guys. It is just after 8 on Thursday. Just got into the studio and I'm going to be trying to film 2 Skillshare classes today. We'll see how that goes. I just want to get a bunch of filming done over the next week, both for Skillshare, excuse me, and for YouTube, just so I have things kind of ready to go before the baby comes. Yeah, so, oh boy. Yeah, the 2 classes I'm hoping to do, one is going to be on value development. I can't remember if I said this yesterday, light and dark, and then the other one's going to be on transfer methods. I think the transfer method one, I'm just going to like film all the talking head stuff, and then I'm going to film the like the example stuff, probably from direct overhead with this camera. So I will maybe start in that first. I don't know if I would do that one first. Basically, that one's gonna be easier. And then the other one, the value development one, I think I want to do in the same style that I did with the drawing and the perspective class where it's kind of like an over my shoulder view. So I'm talking and demonstrating at the same time. So I've got more or less the setup done, but I need to just like review my notes and see what my approach is going to be for the filming. And every time I start a new class, I say, maybe this is going to be the time where I figure out how to do this smoothly and not have to duplicate efforts and redo things. But I think I've maybe even given up on that a little bit, and it's just gonna happen how it happens, and will maybe not be as easy as I want it to be, but whatever, I'm gonna get it done. Yeah, and then after these are done, I'm excited because I'll basically have a pretty good kind of series of courses for people who are total beginners in wanting to, well, either total beginners in art or relative beginners in wanting to do realistic art. So yeah, I'll have one on proportions, I'll have one on value, and then I'll have one on color. And those are kind of like the three foundational elements of, yeah, and the proportion one is also on observation. Sorry, the light is like, it's cloudy out today, so it keeps changing quite a bit. Let me scoot back. There, that's a little better. So, yes, I am excited to do that. Excited to have those ready to go, and then I'll probably get back to more kind of topical classes. But I kept getting a lot of questions from people who are beginning artists, just wanting to go over more foundational stuff. So hopefully this will scratch that itch, and then I can do some more of the paint with me classes. So yeah, maybe one on like skin tones, and yeah, we'll see. I have a few ideas written down, but that is the plan for today. It's going to be mostly just a day of filming. Yeah, so I'm going to get to it. Now that I have a fairly even blanket of midtones all laid down, I'm gonna start differentiating slightly some of the darker areas, the sort of dark mids. I'm working back over still with that same 2H pencil, and just increasing a little bit of the nuance, increasing a little bit of the darkness in some of these areas. Since it's not just a flat midtone, there is a lot of value differentiation. I just want to start differentiating and indicating some of those more complex areas in the shadows. And then later on, we'll increase that difference even more by adding a darker color and using a darker, softer pencil. Hi guys, it is Friday afternoon, a little bit before 5. I am just wrapping up after a long day of filming. Yesterday and today were both a lot of filming. I've done a few other things too. I used my printer to run off a new series of these bagel prints. Oh, it's really overexposed, but well, I will try to get another shot of it in a minute. The shop where that piece was based on, they had ordered a wholesale lot of them a while ago, and they ran through and wanted some new ones. So I had those going off in the background while I was filming. Positive thing about my new printer is that it's very quiet, so I can do that. A negative thing about the new printer is that it's very slow. So it took me close to an hour to run off 10 prints. So I think I'm just gonna have to get good at doing it multitasking while I'm doing something else. Yes, so the goals for this week mainly were to get the filming done for those Skillshare classes, and I've done most of it. It's like the one class that's going to be on values and shading. I have pretty much everything that I need to get started on the editing and to do my first pass through with the edit. I think with this particular course, with the way that I decided to film it, I will end up needing to film a couple of other voice sections next week and maybe some B-roll. But I think it will make more sense. It'll be easier to do that if I do it after I've done the first edit, because then I'll know exactly what I need. And then for the class on transfer methods. That one I have more to do. I have to still record pretty much all of the overhead. I'm going to use an overhead. Oh, this is the setup I've been doing, by the way. Here it is. I need to record pretty much all of the overhead footage of me doing the different transfer methods. So I think I will maybe try to do that tomorrow. I actually have some childcare tomorrow afternoon because I missed a day this week. So I scheduled 4 hours for tomorrow. So I may try to do some of that then, or I'll do it next week. I would love to have these all edited and ready to go by next week, both of them. I don't know if that's realistic. We're going to see. I think the good news is this camera is amazing. So I don't think I told you guys this yet, but I was messing around with the settings and then I realized that I had the shots still just kept looking the same. And then I realized I hadn't turned on manual movie settings. And as soon as I did that, then I was able to get everything exactly how I wanted, to get the picture looking how I wanted, and having the flip out screen, which I didn't have on my previous one, has been amazing. I can see, let me get that in the frame so you guys can see it. I can see exactly what I am working on, what I'm drawing. I can see whether it's in focus. And that's just been a huge challenge with my other camera because it had an LCD, but it didn't flip out. So I would have to stand up every time I wanted to check the shot. So that has been amazing. I love it. I wish I had gotten it sooner. And the other positive of that is that I think, I haven't looked at all the footage yet, but knock on wood, I think I have gotten what I need and I'm not going to have to refilm things. I don't know if you remember with my last Skillshare class, I had filmed the whole thing and I was really happy with how I did. I felt good on camera. But then when I watched it, like probably 2/3 of the class, the audio was just horrific. And I think with this one, I could also see, because I could also see whether the mic was picking things up or not. I was pretty much all set. So I think I'm not going to have to refilm anything. That's a long way of me saying that. I think I'm not going to have to refilm anything. So I don't know. Maybe it's possible that we'll finish it next week. You guys will come along for the journey. So we'll see either way. And then looking out at the next couple of weeks, the baby is going to be here very soon. So I just have I have to look either 3 or 4 more weeks in this studio. I think 4, hopefully 4, because I also need to get done a bunch of filming for YouTube. I did just have a editorial project come up, a big editorial project come up. So I'll be working some on that as well. Not next week, but the week after. If everything goes really smoothly and I also have Patreon content that I have to make ahead of time. And if everything is really smooth and I can do everything that I want to do, I also would be testing some new print runs and starting on my next self-initiated project, which I'm really excited about. That was just the camera turning off. But we'll have to see. So I am going to try to vlog quite a bit the next few weeks so you guys can just see what it's like getting ready for maternity leave as an artist. I feel like, well, as an artist, as an illustrator, as a freelancer, just as anybody with a non-typical schedule, and who is self-employed. Yes. So I think I'm probably going to wrap this video up. All right. Here come the thank yous. Thank you to my patrons for sponsoring this video. Thank you to Meg for editing it. Thank you to all of you all for watching it. And I have been trying a new thing. I did this last week where you guys know I usually publish on Fridays. So I'm going to try to make myself available to answer questions and comments on Friday afternoons, from 1 to 1:30 or 1 to 2-ish, depending. So I did it with this week's video, with that lemon video. It felt really good just to be able to answer a few comments. So I'm going to try to keep that up. So if you definitely want your comment answered, try to add it pretty quickly after watching this. When I usually publish around 11:30 or 12 on Friday. And I will do my best to respond to those comments. So I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great week. I don't know why I feel so scattered today. Yes, that's it. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon. Bye.